Imagine you upload a short video from your bedroom, and a legendary film studio calls you within the week. This is not a fairy tale. This is exactly what happened to one teenager who created something so terrifying on the internet that Hollywood had no choice but to take notice. His name, for the purpose of this story, is The Creator. He was just 17 years old, living at home. No film school, no agent, no budget, just a laptop, a passion for horror, and an obsession with a concept that terrified him more than any monster ever could. The concept was simple, but devastating. What if there was a place that existed just outside our reality? A dimension of endless empty rooms with no exits, no people, and no way out. Not a haunted house, not a monster film, just infinite, buzzing, carpeted corridors. Forever. And the scariest part? It already lived in everyone's mind. He uploaded it on a quiet Tuesday. No promotion, 100%. No ad spend, no viral strategy. Just raw, unfiltered dread posted to the internet. Within 72 hours, it had 1 million views. Within a month, tens of millions. The world had never seen anything quite like it. And neither had a certain legendary film studio. The studio had seen the videos. They didn't just want to option the concept. They didn't want to hand it to an experienced director. They wanted him, the teenager, the kid in the hoodie, to direct a major motion picture.
Who will you choose?
At 17 years old, in the middle of high school, the creator became the youngest director in the history of one of the most celebrated independent film studios on Earth. But to understand why this video terrified the entire internet, we have to go back further. Before the film, before the studio deal, before the viral millions. We have to understand the idea that inspired it. The concept known as a liminal space. A place that exists between states, neither here nor there. A space that should be full of people, but isn't. In the early days of the internet, a photograph began to circulate. Just one image. A room, yellow wallpaper, humming lights, damp carpet. No context, no explanation. And someone wrote underneath it, "If you're not careful, you'll end up here." That single image became a legend. And from that legend, the creator built an entire universe. He worked alone. No crew, no budget. Teaching himself 3D modeling, visual effects, sound design, all from online tutorials. Nights bled into mornings. Weeks turned into months. He was building a world inside a machine, obsessed with one question. What does true hopelessness look like? Not a monster you can fight. Not a darkness you can escape. Just a place with no end. The night he uploaded his first video, he turned off his phone and tried to sleep. He expected a few hundred views, maybe a few thousand if he was lucky. What he got instead was something he still describes as surreal. A world that was already afraid of the same thing he was afraid of, and had been waiting, without knowing it, for someone to put it on screen. What the comments said was not good effects. What they said was, "I've been here." People from every country, every age, every background, recognizing a place they had never physically visited. That is the power of a liminal space. It lives inside the human brain like a forgotten dream. And the creator had found the key to unlock it. The studio had been watching. They had been tracking the numbers, reading the comments, feeling the cultural pulse of what was happening. They were a studio built on betting on singular visions. Not formulas, not sequels, not pre-tested IP. And what they saw in the creator's videos was exactly what they had always searched for. A filmmaker with a completely unique visual language who the internet had already made famous. He walked into that meet